Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Water Authority of Fiji, I'd like to welcome and thank you all for making time to attend the Natabua Wastewater public dislodging and odor control public consultation. As for housekeeping rules, the washrooms is on the outside, on the far end of the building, and in case of any emergency, there are exits on both sides of the building. During the presentation, I'd like if you could put your phone into silent mode so there are no disruptions during the presentations. As per the program, there are a few changes into the program, and I'll go through the changes as I introduce the speakers as well. Our first speaker for the evening will be Mr. Desludging Singh, who is from WebCourse, who is a consultant for WebCourse in the Western region. The second speaker will be Mr. Permal, who is the team leader for wastewater for the Western region. The third presenter will be Mr. William Kaisenberg from New Zealand, who is in charge of the intergroup contractor for the dislodging work. And the fourth presenter will be from the WEF Environment team, Madam Di Marietta Kamakoro, who's our environment officer. After the presentations, we'll go on to the questions and answers session, where you can ask as many questions as you'd like, and we'll bring the meeting to closure by Mr. Perma. So with no further ado, I now call upon and invite Mr. Desludging Singh for his first presentation.
Good evening, gentlemen. Myself, Desludging Singh, engineer representative Western, for this project, Desludging and Odor Control. I am senior engineer in WebCourse Limited, who is a Government of India undertaking, which is a Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. We are international consultants in water, power and infrastructure. We do provide professional consultancy services from concept to commissioning of the projects, and presently, we are providing professional consultancy services to Water Authority of Fiji since 2015. I warm welcome to all the participants here, all the stakeholders, environment officers, and all the other council members and officers present here from Intergroup, WEF and all. This contract was the contract for dislodging and odor control was signed on 16th August 2018 between Intergroup Fiji Limited and Water Authority of Fiji. All the equipment and machines to be utilized for this dislodging works have been imported by Intergroup Fiji Limited from New Zealand, Australia, China and USA. Intergroup Fiji Limited has already started the assembling of the machines and other project mobilization activities. The main aim of this project is to clear the accumulated sludge in the 6 ponds of Natabua Wastewater Treatment Plant. The estimated quantity of liquid sludge is 94,100 meter cubes, and we expect the dry sludge to be about 4,420 tons. The project timeline is 6 months, exclusive of the mobilization period, which is about 4 to 5 months now, and we are now about to start the project. We, WebCourse Limited, shall be supervising the project, all these dislodging works on behalf of WEF as per the intergroup contract agreement. The main emphasis is to control the odors during the dislodging process, of which all the sludge testing has been performed in New Zealand and Australian laboratories, and chemicals will be added during the dislodging process into the liquid sludge so that to control the odors. Secondly, the treated water discharged from the wastewater treatment plant should be kept same values as of now or the average of previous 2 to 3 years. Thirdly, the dry sludge needs to be well kept for the site environment, safe to work, and rehabilitation of the landfill area as per the environment rules and regulations. At the end, I wish to mention that this desludging project is a non-negotiable project as the Natabua wastewater treatment ponds are full of sludge and they overflow at times the heavy rainfalls. With this project, the capacity of the treatment plant will increase, which is the present need of the city. The only option is to perform the activities in a controlled manner so that there will be no environmental effects. Thank you very much. Thank you. I request Mr. Parmar to come on the stage and take the lead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Desludging. Now we'll move on to our second presenter. And I invite Mr. Permal, the team leader for Wastewater West.
Thank you, MC. I also like to join hands to welcome you all. I think you've taken your valuable time to come out and do this program. Thank you very much for attending. And I'll take you through the Lotoka wastewater system, the constraints, the challenges, the issues, and the overall network constraints and transport system. For our nation, we have we got our vision, mission, and value statement. I believe all organizations, bigger organizations, needs to have their mission, vision, and values statement. Because if you don't have, that means you are going nowhere, you're going everywhere. So there needs to be a mission, vision statement. So our vision: clean water and sanitation for a better life. So while we're talking about wastewater, we have better sanitation there. So now, before, there were a lot of things done in water. There were a lot of focus on water. And now when we have better sanitation, so we have now we got a GM and we are focusing on wastewater system as well. Our mission statement: we are committed to optimize water and wastewater services through resilience, innovation, safe working practices, engaging stakeholders like we have engaged you now for the program we have, and capacity building as well, being environmentally focused. So this is where wastewater comes in. We have to have, when you discharge effluent quality in waterways is to meet standards. So we are doing that. While we discuss this program coming in Natabua, we will improve our effluent quality. Our values, our key values are customer focus. Yes, we are doing that. I think we are moving forward. We are customer centric. When complaints come in, our staff are there, mobilization is there very fast, and the complaints are attended. Learning and growth, yes, integrity, patience, accountability, transparency is there. Adaptability, respect, and teamwork. Teamwork is very important. As you know, without a team, you cannot achieve what you want. Our strategic objective for 2017-2019, I just go on whatever is our wastewater values and statements. Adequate sanitation system. So what we are focusing now in wastewater, so we need adequate sanitation system. And while we need that, we have to increase the capacity of our treatment plants. So while we know that this program is going in Natabua, not only in Natabua, all of our plants in the west are exhausted. They are overloaded. So we need that plant to be discharged. So now we are starting from Natabua and we'll go to Olasara, Navakai, and then to Botua. Okay, going to the overview of the system, Lotoka system. If you see that slide, this is the treatment plant in Natabua. We got 2 anaerobic plants, 2 ponds, 2 facultative ponds, and 2 maturation ponds. So if you look at the anaerobic ponds, there's huge slug there. This sludge is sitting there from 25 to 30 years. The system, network system, we have pump station in our network system. Why we have pump station? This is to lift the flow to the next station and to the treatment plant. So we have 12 stations in the west, in the Lotoka system. And I believe some of you might don't know about the system, how the system works. From the household drains, it goes to our manholes, pipelines, rising mains, bigger mains, and then the treatment plant. It's not an easy job because it goes through the pipes. Okay, looking at this is our coverage. The blue, shaded blue is all our network, present network connection. And we have about 26 kilometers of network system in Lautoka. And the design of the plant, it was designed for that PE 41, and now it's sitting on 43 EP, equal population. So you can imagine, for that time, it was designed for that many population. But now it's been increased. So we have to look at the capacity of the plant, increase the capacity. So that's what we're doing. Once we dislodge the plant, we will increase the capacity. The same allocation. And the red ones, shaded red ones, is the proposed extension of coverage. So what we're doing now, we cannot do that extension of coverage because we need our plant capacity to increase. It's sitting there for more than 30 years. This plant was installed in 1983. And now it's more than 30 years. Okay, the connections in Lautoka area, we got commercial, we got residential, we got 7,349 meters connected. And when we extend the coverage, when the plant is dislodged, then the population will increase. And looking at the population for Lautoka, I think we have around 93,000 population in Lautoka. So 10% is connected to wastewater system. It's very less. These very important issues and challenges. The major issues we have in the wastewater system is stormwater audit, stormwater coming in the system. So now we have a team, our audit team, going around house to house connections, looking at correcting connections, and there is a lot of illegal connection as well. And looking at those data, that's where we can correct our data. Doing auditing, stormwater audit, house to house connections. Upgrade of permission is very important. Like some of our permission is sitting there from last 80 years. It's not been upgraded at all. So what we're doing now, we are trying slowly to upgrade our stations. Treatment plant upgrade, increase capacity, that we're doing now. Once we dislodge the plant, we might increase the capacity of the plant. Septic tank waste facilities is another issue. We don't have proper dump facilities for these wastewater tankers. Now what we're doing, we're just dumping in a temporary plants outside the pond. We cannot destroy in the ponds now in the treatment plant because the plant is already exhausted. So now we are doing in makeshift ponds for this tanker waste. We have to operate them to dump somewhere. We cannot dump in our system as well. IC pipe replacement, yes, even water supply and gas, we need those replacement from IC to PVC. Upsizing of pipes, we know that the population increases, we need to upsize our pipes. Extension of coverage, we have to hold that now because, as I said, we have to increase the capacity of the plant. Aging infrastructure is a very big challenge to West now because there is a lot of pipes that have been sitting here for the last 40 years. Their AC may still resist. So that needs to be replaced. Conditional assessment of wastewater assets is another area we're looking at now of waterways. You might remember there was one collapse of main in 4 miles bridge some years ago. So we don't want that to happen in the West. So we're focusing on the assets over waterways and even conditional assessment to improve that. Build over water assets, yes, another challenge for us. There is a lot of build over assets in the West. Build over means on our assets, on our pipelines. There is buildings. There is anything you name it. There is one big building in Nandi on the pipe. It's underneath. So what happens if there is a blockage or what we want to repair something? We have to just demolish the building. Grease and oil discharge system, yes, big challenge, but now we got our liquid trade units with us. They're doing their best. They're going to restaurants, eateries, advising them what to do, the grease step, how to be done, what to be done, all those. And there is another thing that we need to educate people as well, the public as well, awareness, that what you flush in the system. What we find nowadays, we find wood, we find bottles, we find anything in our pipes, in our system. So that goes in our pump station. It blocks our station. So that's where we have constraints. That's where we have kind of overflows. Pre-treatment waste, yes. For industries, we need this. We need to advise them for pre-treatment. We cannot just take any waste in our treatment plants. Install flow meters in all treatment, yes. Because right now, all 4 plants in the West don't have flow meters. We don't know what's coming in, what's going out. We need to know, we need to have that knowledge where what is coming in, so we can plan, we can focus, we can future capture the plant. Water control system, we have water control system in the West as well. When we receive complaints from somewhere, from residents, from industries, so we have biochemical discharge we can dose in our system to control this problem. This program, as I said, is going now, and there will be a lot of hive factories in the next 6 months, and we need your assistance. We need your assistance to be with us, bear with us with that period of time. System bottleneck overflows, as I said, a lot of things that are not supposed to be flushed is coming on system. It blocks our system, breakdowns occurs, and that's why overflows comes out. But our team is there. We are there very prompt. If they advise, they do this separation. I think that's all from presentation. Any questions? And once again, I want to thank you all for coming, and bear with us, because this program will take 6 months, more than 6 months, and we need support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Parmal, Team Leader for Wastewater West. We will now move on to the third speaker, the most important speaker for the evening, who will share with us the commencement of the project and the closing. And I invite Mr. William Kaisenberg from the Intergroup onto the stage.
Good evening all. See if I can avoid using this. The project we have is the desludging, dewatering and the odour control of an Natabua site. What I've put up here is effectively the two main, what we've got is over 4,000 tonnes of dry solids in these ponds. Once they're empty, obviously they will be, ponds will be done working properly to 100% for a period of time. The object of today is to show you what we're going to do. At the moment we've got, can you hear me? Do I need the mic or not? Yes. I do need the mic. Okay. Hello? Yeah. So what we're going to have is a dredge that sits on top of the pond. Each time you do a pond, we'll move it from pond to pond. We'll start with pond 1 and 2, which are the anaerobic ponds. These are the really smelly ponds. So, and what we'll do, we'll pipe them all the way through up to site, which is at the far corner, which is placed as far as we could, logistically away from both the WAF staff and the majority of the residents. Sort of looking at who does this project with the stakeholders here, and I've sort of put through that obviously the local community and the council, the whole Natabua community, the Water Authority of Fiji, Ministry of Environment, because they're overseeing what we do, local businesses, they may be affected, and potentially, we obviously don't want to create any costs to future business. So some of the projects for odour and dewatering, desludging considerations. We've actually provided what we believe is a very high quality treated effluent solution. We're using a very, very latest technology in battery valve that takes out the odour as we process. So we're not going to have a position where we're producing the sludge that smells being turned into compost, but that would be fantastic. Community consultation. If anyone here or even later on wants to have a chat with us, we're more than happy to listen to your concerns or any issues. So what is our process? Well, we start with a dredge up the top near the lake road, And it's a very powerful unit. It does 1,000 gallons a minute of processing or sludge at 1,000 gallons a minute. We won't be processing it that full that pace, but we have a holding tank which has a screen that takes away any potential hazards for processing. There's lots of rags and bits and pieces of the pond. We don't want to put that in the landfill, we can separate that out. And then the water, all the dewatered liquid will go back into the pond, and it's almost clear. It's that good. We've got a unit working in New Zealand 24/7, and it does come out. We recycle some of the water out of it. It's that clear. And then the solids are then disposed at a water-free site, which will be sort of at the moment that's been quite located yet. On the top corner of the pond, we're putting our processing site, which is well away from everyone. We have a mixing tank, a dewatering machines, our feed conveyors directly onto a truck. If we have any spillage, we have a drainage area all bundled off that can't ingress into the mangroves. It's already on a slope that goes downwards. There'll be a cesspit on the corner, which will pump up towards pond 2. And so basically we've eliminated any risk of any overflow spill, but in case of it, we'll next one. So, I'll come back to the spillage in a minute. Odour. I think most people would say that's probably the biggest pain for everyday living around the wastewater treatment site. I was brought up beside the pumping station all my life, for the first 20 years of my life, so I know a lot about this. When we start, there may be some peaks of odour. There's not going to be that many, there will be some, but there are gas deposits that are inside the ponds. The ponds are 3 metres deep, and first 200 metres is what we call freeboard. After that, there's the sludge that's thicker and thicker and thicker. Well, these first 2 ponds, the sludge is almost 1.5 metres thick, very thick sludge. What's actually happened is it's like composting. The compost creates gas, but then it just blows away. But with this sort of problem, it's that we've got so many layers that have been trapped. As soon as we dig it up, the gas will be released and will come in pockets. And every so often we'll get a whiff of hydrogen sulfide or ammonia gas. They're not really harmful because they'll be dispersed very, very rapidly. If it's very serious, we will stop work, but it will disappear very quickly. Once we start emptying out the pond, there won't be any more gas. It'll be all gone. So we're going to work on the worst pond, second worst pond, third worst pond. After we've done all 3, you're going to have a significant lowering of odour. We're going to incredibly, it's very advanced technology because it does flow while we're processing all the process areas where we can chemical dose, we can put lime on top of the vacuum belt, which will absolutely neutralise just about all the smell, but there'll be hardly any smell coming anyway. If the odour is an issue, and we will get from time to time a really difficult slope, difficult, and we will automatically stop until we find the right solution, which will be increase our dosing of chemicals, or it could even be just putting sawdust on, which is often the easiest solution of all and probably the most effective. After the anaerobic ponds, which are the first 2 ponds we have, and the 3 metre ponds, they're the ones that have basically all the ammonia, most ammonia, so the ammonia smell will disappear, and which you don't really smell at the moment, but when we're processing all the air, it will be really within 3 months or even sooner, you'll notice the difference of what it is now. It'll be lower than the period of what we've got currently. Completion of work can be from about 6 months to 12 months, but I think after 6 months, really will be negligible the smell. Will be really right down to the point where you're thinking, well, it's great. Why can it be like this all the time? Unfortunately, the ponds will fill up again, and after 3-4 years, you'll get some odour again, because that's the nature of a wastewater we've got a vacuum process that will suck out some of the odour. The cutting dredge is very slow, so a big wide cutting head, but it only does 100 revolutions a minute, which is considered very, very slow. And it's got a very, very large, 1,000 gallons a minute pump. It will suck in most of the odour. Occasionally some of those gas bubbles will escape. We can't stop that, but generally we will have most control of it. The gases then will travel to our processing site where we can treat it. So it'll be quite minimal. All our pipe work is brand new and all certified to international standards, so there's no chance really of any leaks. It's all brand new. The design is really to minimise the exposure of sludge. So once it goes down, even the mixing tank has a limited amount of exposure to air. So it's not likely we're giving the odour much of a chance to escape. As I said before, we've got chemicals for control of the sludge. And last and probably most important, all our staff train emergency procedures really spills for excessive odour. We stop work we deal with. As before, we have a funded area for sludge processing, so any spillage will be contained and come back into the pond. All our plants are certified to high pressure. Because every morning we have a daily toolbox, which means all the staff will focus on all the things that matter, but not just to us, but health and safety, environmental, but also back to the community to handling the risks involved of dealing with the noxious sludge. Again, we're all trained in any spills where excessive odour, and we will stop until rectified. Liquid waste is always. As we find any issues, we'll change the document and we'll be able to be inspected on site and updated when changes are required. And finally, the site will have a 24-hour monitoring service. Any visitor will be required to sign in, but they have to be an approved visitor. We don't take it because of the dangers of conveyors and equipment and occupational health and safety. We have to limit the exposure of the machinery. So we actually, if they're not, even if they're inducted, we still have to employ with them to make sure while they're in operation so there's no danger. We have a full set of emergency spill kits, fire, health and safety, as well as on-site emergency shower. All incidents, including near misses, to be recorded in an incident logbook. Pretty standard stuff. Now that's sort of an up-close version of our DO6 dredge. The cutter here stirs up the sludge, cuts it, and it's basically sucked through a very large pump that's settled in there. I mean, even though it's not that big, it's very, very powerful. So the process is pretty well, not closed, but we try to keep it close as we can. So we're not trying to open up the sludge or the disturbance. And the shroud over here, when it goes down, tends to face, because this is up narrow, it tends to be more head down. So it will protect hopefully the odour from coming up too much. And that's all I've got for you. Hope that's okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kazenbeck. I know you have a lot of questions. But we'll move on to the last presentation. It's from, we'll invite Madam Dimareta Kambakoro, our Water Authority Environment Officer, for her presentation.
Good evening, everyone. My presentation will be basically on the environmental aspects of the Desludging odor control project. My presentation is not really that long, it's just a few slides. We will just highlight the public on what the environment unit will be doing during the project. Okay, these two slides is already discussed by our trade waste region Western, so I won't be going through this one. Okay, the main purpose of this environment public consultation is to highlight some of the legislation that we will be using to be followed for these dislodging projects. Basically, we use laws from the EMA 2005 and Environment Management, Waste Disposal and Recycling Regulation 2007. And the main thing that we would like to know is to get grievances and comments from the public concerning the environmental issues raised by our customers and our stakeholders. So these are some of the requirements from the Ministry of Environment. This project is not it is not subjected to EIA process, so they have come up with the requirements of having a waste disposal and air pollution permit conditions with the waste management plan as a supporting document for this permit. We have been working closely with the Ministry of Environment regarding this project, so there will be combined inspections throughout the process. And these are some of the WEF's environment management unit requirements, which we are doing at the moment. What I have put out is what we have come up from, what we have made up out from the environment policy. It is to establish an environment management system to formulate measures to protect environmental resources and enhance the value of environmental components where possible. So we'll be looking through the construction and the operation parts of the project, and also to minimize the environmental impact of our operations through regular evaluation, monitoring, restoration, rehabilitation, protection, and efficient use of natural resources. And lastly, we'll be continuously improve environmental performance through appropriate policies, training, awareness, stakeholder consultation, and recognition of excellence. This is one of the major works that is required in the company, compliance and monitoring. Compliance will have to comply to the permits that is submitted by the Ministry of Environment. So for the permit conditions is only issued by the Ministry of Environment for WEF to comply in order to maintain the permit. So the maximum time for the permit is 3 years. Monitoring in compliance to environment management plan. This environment management plan is submitted by our contractors, the intergroup. So from this environment management plan, we'll have to go through these documents, and then from there, we'll have to monitor whatever they have put what they have put in this environment management plan, internal document, and monitoring and reporting. The project will be monitored on a daily basis, and reporting will be done to the respective engineers and contractors on a weekly basis. And also, we'll be doing combined inspections with the Ministry of Environment, and also we'll be getting, we'll try and monitor and record all environment issues raised by the public. And these are the environment legislation followed. This is from the Environment Management, Waste and Recycling Policy 2007, Waste Disposal and Air Pollution Permit. This permit is issued for removal of waste in any form from any premises that may pose a risk to the environment. This permit allows WEF to remove and dispose of waste in an environmentally friendly manner, and all the potential risk to the environment is mitigated prior to disposal. And the other one is Waste Management Plan. It is a strategic document that will be approved by Ministry of Environment for the management of waste, that is in any form to eliminate or reduce the impacts of the waste in the environment. So that is all I have prepared. Thank you.
They got what I want to previous team analysis. So that's very safe. With respect of what you know, that's one. They also need to obtain our stations from American Trade Fund as well. And you know that some plants are sitting there for the last 30 or 40 years. Never been discussed, never been to do what has to be done and what the future planning for the system to be. So right now, as I've said, we have now focused on our wastewater. We have got our GM, Mr. America, Mr. Sosi. So he's the one who is pushing things. We also have the many design people come out and see what better results we can do in research system. We need to improve our research system in other ways. That's our main focus. We cannot discard any roads to the plant, but that happens outside the plant, outdoors. We have no progress. We have no progress away, several progress, big progress. So this happens when we...
Hello. Thank you very much for what you have shown to us tonight. I think it's a big improvement on the project on the water project, on the storage. I think you will definitely, and I thank you for the great work on all the programs that you've done. I think it's very thankful. I think we're moving forward. Thanks very much. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Actually, I don't have a question, just a question that I asked. What I was asking is since most of our waste product end up through our stream source, either through our drainage or by volume just filtering, right? It could be a solution, and that's what we have been teaching our students, is you install our drainage systems that's like mostly it's like a net block structure, a net that's been tied at the drainage tanks, which will stop all the liquids like plastic bottles or also depending on the size of particles that you want to strain on. That was particularly what I was asking for as a strategic plan of a solution that could be involved into your system. Thank you.
Thank you. Has the team identified disposal site at the moment for sludge? Dry sludge, that is.
Desludging disposal area, but we have options on that, but we'll have to liaise with the Ministry of Environment.
Actually, while discussing with the environment office, we have taken out some options. So the first option is, like, as our machine is near to the ponds, so we have the only option to just stockpile at the backside of the treatment plant. Then, as per the instructions from the environment office, like we have to rehabilitate the site, because when we stockpile this thing, we have to make the berm around so that when the rain falls, the material will not flow away in the ocean. So we will be saving that thing, we will be making a drainage, we will be selecting that option. So if we are stockpile the backside of the treatment plant, we have to rehabilitate the site in next 2 to 3 years. And that will be the water authority's responsibility, so that water will not increase and we can take it to the council's main destination. So welfare has already talked with the local council, and they have given some prices per meter cube to dump off the exposed the sludge. So at the moment we will be taking out the sludge at the backside of the treatment plant, and then the soil will be rehabilitated. And if we will be having any issues with this, so we will be obtaining another option. But all the options will be safe according to the environment and public. Thank you.
My question is about the process. When the dislodging process is being done,
which part of the sludge in the treatment plant is being taken out of the water pump or the active top there?
So we take out, we're instructed to take out 95% of the sludge. So this is but realistically it would be some figure between 75 and 95%, depending on, so we've been instructed to 95% of all the sludge in the pond. Yeah, 95% of all the sludge. That's all of it.
95% of the sludge from the pond.
So if you have 100 tons, you have 100. If you have 100 tons of sludge in there, we're going to take out 95. Just about all of it. Okay. That's top end of it. That's everything. Yeah.
Actually,
Most of it comes from
they will mix it up, the whatever the part.
So if you hear me, so we will take mainly, we start dredging the bottom, but we suck in the top as well. But we're getting most of the sludge out, almost all of it. Okay, so the pond will be almost empty.
So that leads to my second question.
Thank you, Peter. Can you just tell us about the consultation this evening? Were you satisfied with what was discussed?
Well, the consultation is very, very good. We're very familiar with it. In fact, we don't even come across this kind of project, this kind of, from what's happening. It's very new. We couldn't ask questions. I say everything is prepared. All the answers are there. They set it up. So I'm very thankful that we have this program and good ideas about what's going to happen. We couldn't question very much because everything is prepared. It's well presented.
Was it clear to you? Did you understand what was happening?
Yeah, it's very clear. It's all the answers, everything is in stock.
For the place where you stay here in Otoka, are you happy that this development will provide better wastewater services to you and your residents and family back at home?
Yeah, I'm very, very thankful. I think will put us forward and it's very good. In fact, our system here is backdated. I say it's out of date. So now we have one more on to another step.
Polo Venaka, my name is Alice Tokelangi and I'm working for the Lotoka Health Office.
Okay, thank you, Alice. This evening we had the public consultation for the Natabua Wastewater project that's earmarked to begin soon for the sludging works on the pond area. Your feedback, what did you observe today? Was it clear to you?
Oh yes, my expectation this afternoon was just trying to come and understand the process of how the dislodging activities are going to be carried out and what are some of the control strategies that WEF has in place. So I really enjoyed coming to this presentation because I was able to actually know how Water Authority is trying to carry out its remedial actions and all these activities in regards to wastewater treatment. And what I've come to know about this new dislodging process, the new proposed activity that they're trying to carry out is that it's more like it's part of a treatment process, and it's also like to empty out all the sludge, the age-old sludges that's there, and also to dry out and also to make use of all and do some treatments in the wastewater treatments.
Well,
yes.
I think you're trying to say to create space for the...
Yes, of course, because in one of the slides that was presented this evening was the increasing number of people in the residential areas, increasing number of commercial industries. So we need to create more space for this to cater for the waste that will be coming in for these future developments also. Well, I would like to thank Water Authority for this initiative and also to allow us to be here and be present in this consultation. And I wish Water Authority the best in carrying out this proposal. And we hope that we could also hear good feedbacks on how this activity will be carried out. And we would also like to be in partnership with regards to health impacts in some of the years in collaborations with any of the health issues.
Our consultation and awareness program at Natabua campus today was successful, very good. We need to make aware of the customers, our residents living in Natabua, stakeholders, what we are doing. We are doing a big project now, the discharge of Natabua wastewater treatment plant. They are pond-based treatment plant. As you know that the last discharge was done in about 25 years back. So there's a lot of sludge in that, and whatever we have heard from the contractor, that there will be minimum disturbance to the neighbors, to the residents, in terms of minimizing the odor around. And also we have our environment monitoring. There will be a lot of strict monitoring of this project, and we believe whatever the contractor has said on this project, there will be high activities from 6 months to 1 year, and we need assistance from the customers. We need cooperation from the customers, and in getting the project done. Now the project has been mobilizing. They commenced the project. Right now they have engaged big machines to take out the crust out. I think they have done that first phase, and due to contractor, the second phase will be the dredging. So they have got the materials, they have got the machines in there, only to get it assembled, and I believe in a few weeks' time they'll start dislodging and using the dredge.
So in the next few weeks, and that will be for a period of 6 months?
Yes, the contractor said maybe 6 months or 12 months between that. So I'll thank the customers, I thank the stakeholders for coming. I know it's odd time, 6 p.m., people hardly come, but there were some good stakeholders, some residents. They made the way of our project.